Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Worshipping text 1, text 2 and text 3 of chapter 22, Prithu Maharaj's meeting with the four Kumaras of 4th canto, the creation of the 4th order of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 1, Maitreyi Uvacha, Janeshu Pragrunat Svevam Prithum Prithul Vikramama Tatropajaga Murmun Yasha Chatvaraha Surya Varchasaha. The great sage Maitreya said, while the citizens were thus praying to the most powerful king Prithu, the four Kumaras, who were as bright as the sun, arrived on the spot. Text 2. Tamstu Siddheshwaran Raja Vyomno Avtarto Archisha Lokan Papan Kurvanan Sanugo Achashta Lakshitan. Seeing the glowing effulgence of the four Kumaras, the masters of all mystic power, the king and his associates could recognize them as they descended from the sky. The four Kumaras are described herein as Siddheshwaran, which means masters of all mystic power. One who has attained perfection in yoga practice immediately becomes master of the 8 mystic perfections, to become smaller than the smallest, to become lighter than the lightest, to become bigger than the biggest, to achieve anything one desires, to control everything, etc. These four Kumaras as Siddheshwaras had achieved all the yogic perfectional achievements, and as such they could travel in outer space without machines. While they were coming to Maharaj Prithu from other planets, they did not come by airplane but personally. In other words, these four Kumaras were also spacemen who could travel in space without machines. The residents of the planet known as Siddhalok can travel in outer space from one planet to another without vehicles. However, the special power of the Kumaras mentioned herewith is that whatever place they went to would immediately become sinless. During the reign of Maharaj Prithu, everything on the surface of this globe was sinless, and therefore the Kumaras decided to see the king. Ordinarily, they do not go to any planet which is sinful. Text 3. Tada darshanod gatan pranan pratyaditsu rivotthitaha sa satsyanu vainya indriyesho guna niv. Seeing the four Kumaras, Prithu Maharaj was greatly anxious to receive them. Therefore, the king, with all his officers, very hastily got up, as anxiously as a conditioned soul whose senses are immediately attracted by the modes of material nature. In Bhagavad Gita 3.27 it is said, Prakruteha kriyamanani gunaiha karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. Every conditioned soul is influenced by a particular mixture of the modes of material nature. As such, the conditioned soul is attracted to certain types of activity which he is forced to perform because he is completely under the influence of material nature. Prithu Maharaj here is compared to such a conditioned soul, not because he was a conditioned soul, but because he was so anxious to receive the Kumaras that it was as if without them he would have lost his life. The conditioned soul is attracted by the objects of sense gratification. His eyes are attracted to see beautiful things. His ears are attracted to hear nice music. His nose is attracted to enjoy the aroma of a nice flower. And his tongue is attracted to taste nice food. Similarly, all his other senses, his hands, his legs, his belly, his genitals, his mind, etc. are so susceptible to the attraction of objects of enjoyment that he cannot restrain himself. Prithu Maharaj in the same way could not restrain himself from receiving the four Kumaras, who were bright by dint of their spiritual progress, and thus not only he himself but also his officers and associates all received the four Kumaras. It is said, birds of a feather flock together. In this world, everyone is attracted to a person of the same category. A drunkard is attracted to persons who are also drunkards. Similarly, a saintly person is attracted by other saintly persons. Prithu Maharaj was in the topmost position of spiritual advancement, and as such he was attracted by the Kumaras who were of the same category. It is said therefore that a man is known by his company. Hare Krishna.